The cross-country course for the 2015 Mitsubishi Motors Badminton Horse Trials gives us our first opportunity to see designer Giuseppe Della Chiesa's interpretation of the traditional anti-clockwise route. Starting in the atmospheric main arena, large crowds will cheer each competitor out of the start box and over the ASX starter. It's quite a run through the warm-up and uphill to the countryside hedges at 2 and 3. These brushed oxers on a slight curving line seek to test the combination's forwardness and balance early on. Fences 4, 5 and 6 are the Horse Quest quarry. Competitors jump a Cotswold stone wall with a drop landing before turning to jump Mike Weaver's hay cart and then powering up the slope to a second stone wall. The long gallop to Huntsman's is broken now by the addition of the new Oxer chicane on a kink off their line of advance. The Irish sport horse studbook Huntsman's Close at 8 again features the two corners that debuted here in 2014. Competitors need to balance the accuracy required with the attacking pace needed to cover the distance between the jumps. There's a lengthy long route provided for those who suffer problems at their first attempt. Again, breaking up a long galloping stretch is the new Kennels House at 9, and then it's on to the first of 4 waters at 10, the Outlander Lower Lake. This hanging log should be easy enough, but with a slight uphill approach, it means horses will only see the water at the last minute. With the main lake coming next, riders won't want to get this wrong. The L200s at 11 are an integral part of the question, as the jump here and turn to the A element of the lake will dictate the success or otherwise of competitors' attempts at the straight route. The straight route jumps in over a willow wave with a maximum drop. It then goes through the water and out via a step and bounce stride to a second willow wave. It enters the water one more time to jump an upturned boat at 13. A long route is provided and asks one more jumping effort. Competitors now gallop towards Badminton House and jump the KBIS garden table at 14. Whilst enormous, this constitutes a let-up fence at this level. The entrance to the Vicarage Fields is guarded by the nemesis of many in 2014, the Swindon Designer Outlet Mount. The 3 tree trunks make a reappearance, and Giuseppe has made tremendous use of the terrain through the sunken road as well. The critical jump to get right is the middle log at 16A on top of the mound, but it will all need respectful riding. With its maximum base and top spread, the FEI Classic Stick Pile at 17 isn't for the faint-hearted. The Mirage Pond at 18 may be one of the most challenging questions on the course. The A element is an angled hedge landing back on dry ground. They then splash through the pond to take on a double of sharply angled hedges, requiring accuracy, bravery and nimbleness from horses and riders. The alternative is lengthy, but might attract some seeking a completion. The PHEV Oxer at 19 is as close as we come to the Vicarage Ditch this year, and then it's the Gatehouse New Pond. It debuted last year but asks an increased question in 2015. Upright birch rails on a 4-stride distance to a brush arrowhead and then a curving line to a second set of rails. The long route asks the same questions but at a lower level. After the Rolex Grand Slam hedge at 21, riders need to make a choice about their route through the Shogun Hollow. The straight route goes from right to left, but the second element is very wide, so competitors need to get their striding through that sunken road spot on. Back into the park, the World Horse Welfare gates are next. Coming off a slight downhill approach, these upright white gates are on a very sharp turn and will demand respect. The familiar Wadsworth Barrels fence comes next at 24 before the Sense Silver Birch Rails complex. 3 oxers on an S-bend require jumping over the second one on an extreme angle. It's a test of accuracy and line equal to any skinny. Those with enough petrol in the tank will do 4 straight strides and then 4 curving strides to the third fence. The third oxer is separately numbered, opening the door for a set-up circle. John Whittaker's Fallen Tree lying across the Worcester Avenue is a badminton fence we can all relate to, in shape if not in size. Fence 28, the Savills Escalator. The wide A element is followed up by 2 brush skinnies. The distances should ride well, but it will be a test of adjustability for tired horses and tired riders. Following that comes the Keeper's Brush, a rider frightener, but it should jump well. Crossing the avenue, the last combination is the Rolex watch boxes. Competitors are so very nearly home, it's important to consider the ground around these boxes and ride the wide, square fences with conviction. One final gallop up the hill and into the arena to jump the Mitsubishi finish and complete the 31 fences and 46 jumping efforts of the 2015 Mitsubishi Motors Badminton Horse Trials.